Hello, readers. Today's tip is about setting goals around reading with your kiddos. So, I want to talk a little bit about why we set goals. And so, we set goals because it helps keep us motivated. So, thinking about I think about myself and weight loss goals, and I set those to help keep me working towards it. And it also helps us monitor progress. So, if I can see that, I've lost 3 pounds, that helps me monitor my progress. And again, it helps keep me engaged. And so we set reading goals for the same exact reasons, for engagement, to help monitor our progress, and to help keep us motivated. So when I talk to kids about setting goals, I give them three. There's three different types of reading goals that most goals fall into. Number one is volume, so number of books, number of pages. So really just setting a volume number. The second one is a challenge, so that goal will push us outside of our comfort zone. I am not a romance reader. I really actually dislike reading romance, and so reading a romance novel might put me outside of my comfort zone. I'm not a typically, unless it's about teaching and learning, I'm not a nonfiction reader. So reading a nonfiction book that is not about my profession is outside my comfort zone. So I would consider that a challenge read. The third type of goal is a habits goal. And so I identify as a binge reader, where if I have a big chunk of time, like I am at the beach or it is summer break or winter break, over a couple days, I might read a few books. And then I will go a few weeks without reading any books. And so a daily reading habit is something that I might work towards. And so thinking about reading habits, those fall into that third goal. So we've got volume goals, challenge goals, and habit goals. And typically, volume goals are the easiest to start with. So if you're new to goal setting around reading, I would just start there. So I am going to show you some of our goals that we. All right, so these are coming from the kids' notebooks. So this is Cohen's goal. His goal was to work on reading fiction because he is typically a nonfiction reader. Mostly this whole year has read nonfiction. So he's trying to push himself, so that falls into the challenge goal. This is Riley's reading goal, and she is actually is focusing on making sure she's paying attention to when she's lost her focus while she's reading. And I'm going to give her a strategy to help her with that. But that falls more into that habits, getting in the habit of noticing when I've lost attention in my reading. This is my reading goal. I want to finish figuring out fluency in mathematics and to write a synthesis page of math learning. One of the habits that I really want to work on is jotting about my reading. And so I could be jotting about what I'm reading, but then also jotting about the big ideas I'm getting across books, which is what I'm doing here. And then this is LJ's goal, and hers is, remember, she's a rising kindergartner, so hers is to read 5 books each day and then to read each book from my basket 3 times. So your do now is to set goals. And like I modeled mine with my kids, I have my own notebook that I'm modeling and doing alongside with my kids. That also models yourself as a reader. So I would suggest you grab a notebook, grab some books as well, and start building that reading community in your household. But go ahead and set a reading goal. You can coach into your kids depending on their ages, but just think through the lens of either volume, challenge, or habits and start talking about what might be a good goal for them and write them down. So name your goal and jot it down. And then if it's a volume goal, make sure you're tracking the number of pages. And typically we set goals for a 2-week time period over the summer because there's so much going on. During the school year, I might lengthen it to a 4 to 6 week period, but you want a short amount of time that you're setting a goal for so you can check back in regularly to monitor your progress and celebrate everything that you've accomplished. So set your goal, write it down, and start tracking it.